everyone. It's Sarah here. Today I bring a topic that it's about emotional regulation, and I will explain the mechanism that it's behind what happens when we don't hold space for our children, and the reason why they need our presence. Okay, so very simple. I have these three sticks here. You can see this. This is dad, this is mom, and this is the child. And at some point something happens that the child becomes sad. So a part of the child is sadness. And the mom tells the child, or the father tells the child, that this is not acceptable in some way. Either they need to stop crying, they need to go to their room, I will talk to you when you calm down, or whatever it is that doesn't hold space for sadness. Okay, so internally what happens, it's the child wants to go to the parents, and the parents are saying no, 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 because you are sad. And this sadness is just an example. It can be because you are angry, because you are scared, because you are expressing an emotion that I cannot hold space for. And the main reason why we don't hold space for this, it's because this mechanism already happened with us when we were children. Okay, so internally I will show to you what is happening. Internally, the part of the child that is sad separates from the consciousness and becomes like this, because the child understood, okay, for me, in order for me to have connection, I cannot have the sadness. So the sadness comes here, and then the child in this case, are already able to get connection with the parents, right? But this little piece, it's still here, and this little piece, it's what starts fragmentation and goes to the unconscious mind. It's what we call the repressed memories, the repressed emotions, unprocessed trauma, everything that we are not aware. It starts here with this little thing. And what happens is it comes 1, 2, 3, 10, 20 times. So at some point, the child doesn't even try. It's not that we'll try to bring the sadness and get approved. No, I already understood that I need to reject myself. I need to reject this part of myself in order to have connection. And even after, when it changes the paradigm, and it's not mom and dad, it can be friends at school, it can be a romantic relationship, it can be, we will behave this way, we will have the same pattern. So for me to have closeness, I need to leave the sadness inside. How many of us think, okay, I just show the good side of me to the world. When I'm sad, I keep it to myself. When I'm sad, I don't go out. When I'm sad, I don't talk. Like social media, not now, it's changing, but before was about that, right? Just a happy face, just a happy part of us. Because the sad part, people don't approve. The angry part, people don't approve. The troubled one that has concerns and worries, I will not expose this. I will be too vulnerable, right? Why? Because when we're being vulnerable, someone could not hold that for us. And I'm not judging, because if you are doing this to your child, it means someone did it to you. You also didn't have someone holding space for you. So what we need to do actually is, the sadness is here. We need to bring the child, another moment that the child is in sadness, we need to bring the child back to sadness and go and meet them there and talk about it. And this is the part that we hold space. We let them express, we make questions, we let them tell how they feel, and we guide them, because there is a natural wave to emotions. If we offer presence to it, it will dissolve itself, and what needs its presence and love. Okay, and then both parts go and have connection with mom and dad. But for us, in order to be able to do this, we need to do this internally. We need to go and connect with the part of us that we have dismissed, disowned, repressed, because they were not accepted before. They were compromising the relationships that we had in some way. It was not safe for us to have that. But the child, like I say, cannot regulate themselves, herself or himself alone. So they need us. Our nervous system, it's not possible to do that. It's not that the child is being stubborn, it's defying you, or is challenging, or is being troubled or complicated. It is not possible. Okay? So we need to learn what is to be emotionally tuned what is to be present, what is an emotion, how to name it. We need to learn how to validate that emotion and how to be the guide and the witness for the process of the emotion, natural and false. Because it's what happens. We don't need to control the emotion or take it somewhere from here, somewhere, or transform it. There is an inner process that happens if we allow it. Okay? And this brings me to the parallel topic that it's going on right now in the world, that many people talk that it's low vibe, that if you talk about your emotions, or you are trapped in the past, or your sadness, or your anger, or you just attract more of it. You don't attract more of what you process. You attract more of what you emanate. Okay? If I have sadness and anger and I'm repressing them, I am emanating repression, and that's low vibe. But if I'm making space and I'm holding space for my emotions, for my pain, for my process, I am emanating allowance. I am emanating compassion towards myself. I'm emanating understanding. And this is what it will be matched and brought back and be mirrored back by the universe. So there is this concept sometimes, like, for example, I have a hard story and it's like, yeah, if you keep talking, it's just the same. No, it's just not the same, because I'm telling the story. So what I'm emanating, it's I'm voicing my story. I'm allowing myself to be heard and to be seen. I'm emanating compassion towards myself. I'm emanating empowerment. So this is just to give a personal example, but you can also see in your own life, what are you emanating? Because if you are holding a container for your own emotions, for your own pain, for your own what the people call shadow sides or dark side, it's not the dark side that is being brought out, broadcast. It's your relationship to it. How do I treat myself when I'm sad? Treat myself with compassion. So this is compassion is it's the way, it's the length, the wavelength that it's being broadcasted, and it will be received by the universe. Okay. So internally this happens with many things, and we need to attune to the fact that if we get triggered when this is happening, it means it happens to us. So when the child is having this emotional, I will call it outburst or expression, and it's too intense for us, it's okay. Just need to become aware that it is intense and there is a reason, and it's probably because this mechanism happened before. Not probably, it happened before when we were children with our parents or with the caregivers, and then they were not able to hold space for us. So it's also okay to be soft with us. We find this part, and meanwhile we explain to the child this: look, you are feeling sad, you are feeling angry, you are feeling this, and this also makes me feel that because I have a part of me that felt the same before, and now I'm being reminded of this. But your emotion is natural, your emotion is valid, and so it's mine. But I didn't have someone supporting me, so sometimes I have trouble in supporting those emotions. In your case, I have trouble to support those emotions for you. But I'm learning. Okay, so then we'll explain to the child what is going on with them and what is going on with us, so they don't make it about themselves. Otherwise, they will internalize that it's their fault, or they will internalize that they are the problem because now they have the sadness or something like that. Okay, so always be transparent, always be truthful to our children. It's the best that we can give them, no matter our circumstances. Okay, hope this helps, and see you in the next video.